Keith Henry Hittner Senior, and welcome to the show. This is your senior moment coming to you from the Healthy Home Mansion, where it's young living or assisted living, and you can make your home a healthy home. And it all starts with you, and it begins right now with episode number 240. 240, big day today. It means only 125 days left of the program. Go to the link tree in the bio. Free products, free downloads, free home market evaluation. And of course, if you are enjoying your senior moment, likes are nice and appreciated. Shares are even better. They're super duper. Look at the numbers here. I'm all excited. 13,000. What'd you do the last 240 days? Oh, I don't know. Did 13,000 push-ups, sit-ups, deep knee bends, and toe touchers. 2,250 so far this month. 2,520 is the goal for the month. 27,240 is the goal for the year. Homework. Let's talk about homework today. I remember when I was in high school and we would have tons of homework to do, and I hated it. After I got out of school for the day, I just wanted to be done. After school was playtime, or I needed to get to my job so I could make some money. After college, I practiced as a CPA for a few years. I audited publicly held companies, so I really could not bring any work home. And most of the time I was out of town anyhow, and I worked longer hours so I could just finish the audit and get back home. With the garden centers, there was no real work to take home either. The stores were the stores, and to be run the stores, you needed to be at the store, not at home. Then came real estate. The early days in my career in real estate, I was in the office. Hey, there was no computers. Everything was on paper, paper forms, paper everything. That's where you met, and that's where you networked. Showing requests were called into the front desk. Little slips were written up and put in your mailbox, and everything was confirmed in person on the phone with the client. The whole experience revolved around the office, except the paperwork. The paperwork could be done at home, then brought back to the office, all completed with 5 carbon copies. As computers entered the picture, more and more work could be done at home. Homework became work from home, and real estate office mostly emptied out. With a retail store or a restaurant or a service garage, you have to be at the store to do a good job. You can't fix a car from your sofa, and you can't serve a meal from your home office. But for many jobs, it just doesn't matter. If you're sitting in front of a computer at the office, or if you're sitting in front of a computer at the kitchen table, you're still sitting in front of a computer. There's an allure to the work from home life for both the employee and for the employer. Stop to think about it. No morning and no afternoon commute. Less office space needed, saving the company money. I had a conversation with someone recently, and they were saying that since they started working at home, they were working all of the time. I was surprised by that because I see that person out and about all of the time, and it seemed to me like they were never working. They always had time to run errands or go to the meet for coffee or something. So I asked, what do you mean by that? Are you logging in more hours? Well, no, but I'm working all the time. I think about work all the time. I said, really? Well, what do you think about? Well, she really couldn't say specifically. Well, when you were at the office and then you came home, did you ever think about work? Well, yes. Well, then what did you think about then? Well, same thing. Okay. But this was different. I said, well, really, how is it different? No answer. So I got to thinking about that, and it's like, thinking about work is not work. Just like thinking about eating is not eating. So what's the takeaway here? Going around the world a little bit. I'm not sure there is one, to be honest with you. The work from home thing is in flux. The jury is still out on it. For some things, makes perfect sense. For other things, you know, you got to think about this. Reorganization is much easier when you are out of the office. I mean, you can get an email one day and say, oh, by the way, you've been transferred to the Denver office. Here's your new login. You're now working out of the Denver office. Okay, that's nice for a company. There's less corporate culture. You can't, culture is about relationship. If you're never at a place to meet people and to interact face to face personally, you can't have a relationship. Because of that, a new job is just a click away. A new termination is just a click away. So you're going to find that turnover is higher. The keystroke counting, the quotas, monitoring will get more and more sophisticated as time goes on because companies don't want to pay you to sit home and do laundry. So they're going to watch your work and be monitoring things. And that stuff is going to get more and more sophisticated, the big brother aspect. And then there's the aspect of loneliness. You know, if someone's sitting at home doing a job, you get up, you go in your home office, you do your keystrokes, and then you clock out at the end of the day and you go back to the living room. There's no interaction with real people. I think there's going to be some pushback on that too. How are you going to climb the corporate ladder if there's no ladder to climb because you're monitoring your whole world is based on your keystrokes and things like that? No relationship building. It's going to be a problem for companies they're going to find out, and a problem for people as well as things go on. So I'm curious to find out how that, comment below if you think you've got some feedback on that, because I'd really like to hear it, because I think it's something that's going to come full circle, and you're going to see people back in the office because they're sick of being at the kitchen table. Okay, that's it for today. Let's do some sit-ups. Sit-ups today. Moving on to 100 soon, kids. Oof, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Just 90 more to go today. What are you going to do? Push-ups, sit-ups, deep knee bends, and toe touchers. And you're going to remember that the older you get, the longer you want to live. I'm Keith Hittner Senior. Do the work and be strong like Senior. We'll see you tomorrow.